G'day everybody, where's Wally here? I thought I'd have just a quick little dive back into the archive and see what Adam was up to, say, 14 months ago. And wouldn't you know it, it doesn't seem like he's learnt anything in the last 14 months. Let's have a look at how well past Wally dealt with past Adam. Thanks guys, enjoy this little flashback into the past. Well, speaking of learning, here's the guy who doesn't learn, Level Earth Observer. I did look at some of his old videos and it's really just embarrassing. He's looking at the SR71.
Top speed was 2,193 miles an hour approximately. Essentially every 60 minutes, according to the Globe Mathematics, the SR71 would have encountered 566 miles of curve.
566 miles of curve, I'm not sure where that comes from.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's placing a digit in one of his fundamental orifices and extracting the figures from there. Makes about as much sense as what he's saying.
I've got very basic understanding, so you might have to bear with me.
And every second 831 feet. Well, to drop 831 feet while going forward, that's about a 15-degree angle at the speed that thing's travelling. Here, look, I'll throw up a triangle calculator. Does it make sense now?
I've got very basic understanding, so you might have to bear with me. Yet strangely enough, when we look at the acceleration of gravity, it only goes up to 80,000 feet. But that's good enough for us. The higher you get, the slower it becomes, okay? So at 80,000 feet, it's 9.5 meters a second, the acceleration of gravity, okay?
It really does sound like Ducky has a solid understanding of acceleration, doesn't it?
I've got very basic understanding, so you might have to bear with me. Which essentially translates just over 30 feet. Okay? And yet the SR71, to be on a globe, needs to drop at 831 feet per second.
Hold on there, genius. Because the plane is in level flight, lift and gravity are balanced, dude, so you don't even need to worry about that.
I've got very basic understanding, so you might have to bear with me.
Oh, and Ducky, I heard you today in your little rant about debates, and you say, just bring me some demonstrable proof. Well, Brian Schul took photos from up high in the SR71, and just have a look at this. And if I rotate it and do a little bit of a Rory on it, man, isn't that just a beautiful example of curvature taken from up high?
I've got very basic understanding, so you might have to bear with me. The day the flat earth died, bye bye, now there's no more that guy. Took away his Wally, then he ran off to cry. He tried to prove flat earth, but got a poke in the eye. Sobbing, I watched the flat earth die. I watched the flat earth just die. The day the flat earth died, bye bye, now there's no more that guy. Took away his Wally, then he ran off to cry. Tried to prove a flat earth, but got a poke in the eye. Sobbing, I watched the flat earth die. I watched the flat earth just die.
Module is a typical flag that hangs in the entrances of homes in Japan, and it says Kibo, which is a Japanese word that means hope and gives the laboratory its name. As Hoshide and Karen Nyberg entered into the module, Hoshide held up another sign that said welcome in English and Japanese on one side, and on the other side had a little promotional information for the Japanese Space Agency's astronaut recruitment program that's going on. The entire laboratory is a little less than 37 feet long and about 14 feet wide, and again is going to be the largest that the station has on orbit. It weighed 14.8 tons at launch and has room for 23 racks, but at the moment only 4 of them are inside because even with just 4 it was so heavy. 8 more are in the logistics module that was brought up on the last shuttle mission, STS-123. They'll be installed during this flight into the main laboratory module here, beginning tonight with the installation of the transfer of the robotic arm workstation for the module. And there's the sign from earlier that again says Kibo in Japanese, hung by Japanese astronaut Aki Hoshide.
Well done, Garrett. Well done. Golf clap.